guess what? I read a story, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Stay tuned. Hey, what up, Vibe Tribe? I'm your girl, Lovely Vibes, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Now, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, as well as that thumbs up button, you guys. Let's get those thumbs buttons up. Let's get the likes up. And be sure to leave a comment down below, and let's chit chat on what's going on. All right. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. We will have giveaways coming up soon, so stay tuned, you guys. I really appreciate you. All right, so we're going to get into the video. I hope you guys have been having a great week, a great day, and I hope you're having beautiful vibes right now. All right, but we're going to get started with the video, and today's story, the short story that I read about, is actually called The Monkey Paw, and it was written by W. Jacobs, like back in 1922 or something like that, posted like 1922. But W. Jacobs, The Monkey Paw, and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. So let me interpret this story for you as best as I can. So the family starts off in the parlor on a dark and gloomy night, and the father and the son, they're playing chess while the mother is cooking, making tea, crumpets, no, who knows, but she's around too. So while the son and the father are playing chess, the father is trying to keep his son distracted from the bad move he just made on the chessboard, and he's hoping his son doesn't catch it. So he's trying his hardest to distract him. But, his son catches it because he's smart. In the midst of his dad telling this story about being the last two houses on the end of the street in this rural area, and how it sucks out there, and how people just move far and forget about it, and he doesn't know why they like it. So while he's telling his story, the son found the error, and he's like, checkmate. He got him. Boom. So, and in that story, his father was telling him about a friend who he didn't think that his friend was going to come and visit. So then his son hears the friend, or this person who heard him come up the steps, or heard him open the gate to the yard and heard him come up the steps. So the son excited, and he's like, he's here. And the dad jumps up like fast. He jumps up in haste, all happy, like, oh, my friend is here. So once his dad goes outside, meets his friend on the porch, they start chit-chatting it up. And the wife, she's like, because she's like, okay, you don't see me here? Hello, hey, hi, I'm here too. You didn't say anything. So the husband, like, this is my friend Sergeant. When he comes in the house, this is my friend the Sergeant. And his friend's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm chatting it up too. Like, I ain't come in, I'm adding stuff there, but he came in and he basically acknowledged that he like, sorry, I was chatting it up with my homie, So anyway, they go, and the family is having a great time. They sit around the fire while they listen to Sergeant tell them stories. All right. So he's telling them stories about traveling, about his adventures in India. He's telling them all kind of stories. So while he's telling them these stories, the father asked him about the monkey paw that he's like, what about this monkey paw that you told me about a while ago? And he's like, it's not really a story. It's really nothing, it's just a story about a monkey paw. He's like, no, like, didn't you say something about? He was like, yes, he pulls it out of his pocket. He's like, you can make 3 wishes on it. And the mom is like, ew, she's grossed out by the monkey paw, So the son takes it in his hand, and of course, and he's like, oh, what's so special about this monkey paw? And he's like, yeah, it was a spell put on it by old Farky. Like, an old Farky is somebody who is a spiritual person very in tune, like a shaman, So he's like a spiritual person. He put a spell on there. He wanted to prove to people that, like, they bring on their own demise. They basically put themselves in positions, or they set themselves up for failure, basically, they only got themselves to blame, something like that. But anyway, so it was a spell put on this monkey paw. So the monkey paw can give you 3 wishes and grant those 3 wishes for you. And it's supposed to be for each person. Each person gets 3 wishes who get this monkey paw. And he says, so the family is like asking like, who has anybody ever made a wish? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I know the last guy, his third wish, his last wish was for death. That's how I got the paw. Like, that's how I got it, And they like, what have your wishes came true? You haven't made no wishes. He's like, I have, and they like, so did they come true? And he's like drinking his water. Like, he picks up his glass and like taps his teeth, and he like puts it down, and he's like, I have, like and they have come true. And then so the dad was like, well, what do you still need it for? If you made your 3 wishes, you don't need it anymore, And that's when he was like, I guess for so the guy was like, well, I keep it, I guess for memorabilia, I guess, or I keep it. He really didn't know why he was keeping it, and so he throws it on the fire. Well, he said, I keep it, I don't know, for memorabilia, I guess. He doesn't know why he's keeping it. He's like, I thought about selling it, but most people who hear the story, they either don't believe me or they want to try it first and pay me later. Yeah, nice try, people. So he said, so I don't think I'll sell it. So then he looks at it and he throws it on the fire. He's like, pfft. So the father, he like jumps down to grab it real quick, like what are you doing? So the guy's like, hey man, throw that on the fire. And so the dad is like, father's like, well, if you don't want to, give it to me. And the sergeant's like, I'm not going to give it to you. Like, don't, you're not blaming none of that on me. Be sensible and throw that on the fire. You'll get rid of it if you were smart. Get rid of it. So the dad is like, no, you don't need it anymore. Just give it to me. So the guy's like, all right, if you keep it, don't blame me for what happens to you. Or don't blame me for what happens after that. The dad went to turn away. He went to grab him by the arm. And he's like, wish for something sensible. So he's like trying to warn him about stuff, So the dad just don't believe him, shrugs it off. The whole family get to talking about something else. And kind of forgot about this monkey paw while the dad had it put it in his pocket. So the sergeant goes on to tell them stories about India, more stories about that. Then it comes back to the monkey paw. So the dad's like, well, how does it work? And then that's when he proceeds to tell him how it works. Like, you hold it in your hand and you make the wish and blah, blah, blah. So the guy goes to leave. The sergeant goes to leave to catch the last train out of the city, out of that town or where he was, to catch his train back home. So as he's leaving, the son is joking around and the dad's joking around. The family, they're saying like, oh, we should make light of it because all the stories he's been telling us, they not really like it's true, but it's not like it's just something you should take light. So we should make light of this monkey paw story. It's not a magical monkey paw. Like, it's not magical. So they laugh and the son is like, and then the father's like, well, he warned us, and the son starts laughing, joking, like, yeah, of course, we're going to be rich, famous, and all that, his son is joking around, and he's like, yeah, you should wish to be an emperor, father, and that way nobody will ever bother you or wouldn't even think twice to bother you. He's just joking around with his dad and everything. So his dad is like laughing and at his pettiness, laughing a little bit, So the mom and the family, they're still joking downstairs. So the family, the mom, the dad is at the piano now. So he's playing at the piano while they're all joking. So the son is telling his dad, as he told him to wish for emperor, he's like, wish for 200 pounds. So the father, he wishes for 200 pounds. And he hears a thump on the piano. He hears a thump, a loud thump. And to him, the monkey paw moves. He dropped the monkey paw. So the mom and the son, they run over to him. They like, what's wrong? Because the father let off a big scream, like what? A big Shrek, like, what's up with this monkey paw? What was that noise? What's up with this monkey paw? So the son and the mother, they run over and they're like, you okay? And he's like, that monkey paw just moved. And they like, that monkey paw didn't move. He's like, yes, it did. So it's on the ground. So the son picks it up because he's like, what do you, it's not moving. There's nothing wrong with this monkey paw. He's like, I'm telling y'all it moved. So he just left it alone. The family, the son and the mother kind of joked with him a little bit and poked a little fun in him. So a little while after that, the mother chased the son around with some mascara, like she going to get him, And so after that, the father and the mother, they go upstairs to go to sleep. So the son jokes with them as they're going upstairs. He's like, I bet the money is going to be sitting in the middle of your bed. I bet. And with something on top of it, waiting to get you guys. He's joking with them. They laughing. Ha ha. So they go upstairs. Once they go upstairs, the son, he's sitting there at the fire by himself, and he's watching the fire, just gazing into the fire, holding the monkey paw. Now, because he the one who picked it up. So he's holding the monkey paw. He's looking to the fire, but he starts seeing faces. He starts seeing all kinds of things. Then he sees a monkey face. So he's like tripping. And he sees simian things like with the monkey. So he's like, oh man. So he reaches for some water on the table, and he takes the water. He throws it on the fire to put it out. Then he goes up to sleep. But when he goes up to after he goes up to sleep, the next morning he comes back down. He's laughing at himself because he can't believe that he was like tripping about this monkey paw the night before and staring to this fire, scaring himself, getting all scared. So he's like, I'm out of there. So the father and the mother, they're come down too, and the whole family having breakfast, and they're having a good time dining for breakfast. And the mother and the son, they're talking. Well, they're all talking. So that's when the son is just like, yeah, the family's just talking about how they can't believe they was believing in this monkey paw business, and how, we thought we was going to get, $200. What was we thinking? So the son is steady. He's still joking. And then he's finna go off to work. So he tells the family, the mom and the dad, don't spend that money before I come home. And he laughs and he leaves and heads to work. So the mom, she goes, checks the mail. She comes back with mail, and she realized they have a tailor's bill. So she's laughing and she's joking like, we thought we was going to get money, and we up here getting bills. So they like laughing that off, and she start talking about her son Herbert, how, well, when Herbert get home and see this, I bet he's going to have plenty of jokes about this, So she's like laughing it off. So she's in the kitchen. She's talking to her husband, and as she's talking to her husband, she notices a man outside. So she's like not focused on her husband really. She's staring out the window at this guy who is walking back and forth to the gate and back away from the gate. To the gate and back away from the gate. Like he don't want to come in. So finally he opens the gate. But he's dressed really nice. She knows he's dressed really, really nice to the T. So she's like, this guy might, be here about some money. Because she's putting all this together. He wished for 200 pounds. This guy with nice clothes is standing out here like he don't know what to do with himself. So she lets the guy in. He comes in, and so when he comes in, she rips the apron off when she sees him coming off, and she's like throwing it to the side because she's trying to look all fancy. So she has the guy come in, and when he comes in, she's like making excuses like she's sorry for her appearance and her husband's appearance, and because he had on like a garden outfit, or she had on a garden outfit, and how it's made for the garden, but she was sorry for their appearance. So the man is just, like, looking at them like, I'm not even worried about that. So she's like, so the man says where he's from. So he says the company he's from. The company is her son's company. And so the wife is like tripping, like, what's wrong with my son? What's wrong with Herbert? And the father is a little slower, so he's not catching on. And he's like, oh, it's nothing wrong. I'm sure he's not here to tell us nothing bad, like chill out, sit down. He's like, you're not here to tell us nothing bad, right? And the guy's like, and then the guy is like, there's been an accident. And then so the father gets a little quiet. So the mother is like, my son Herbert, what's wrong? So the man is like, she was like, is he okay? And the man is like, well, I can tell you he's not in pain. So the mother is just like, because she realized what not in pain means. So she's like sad and sit down. So the father is like, what happened? What do you mean? He's like, he was caught in a machine, he was caught in one of the machines. And unfortunately, so the father was like, he was the last one of us. He was our only son, and he was really sad, and he sat down. So the guy goes on to tell him, well, I'm here because the company sent me to let you guys know that they didn't have anything to do with this. So basically the company is just trying to make sure they keep their hands clean of what had happened, or trying to keep themselves as as distance from what happened to the guy, or without as much, with trying to get away with as little responsibility as they could. So he was like, and the company would like to offer you a sum of money. So the father was like, how much? How much money? Immediately the father's asking that, because he's like, I know they not finna say. So the guy was like, 200 pounds. The father collapses to the ground, like, he collapses. He's frustrated. He's sad. He's screaming. He can't believe it. Of course he can't believe it. It's like, man, we was just joking. All of us, even with his son, they all joking about the 200 pound, and now his son is dead and gone. And this is how we get the 200 pounds. Boy, if the sergeant went right about making them wishes, so he learned his lesson. Well, he's like, my son is dead and gone, and this is how I get the 200 pounds. So the next day they're coming back from the funeral. So the next day they're coming back from the funeral, walking 2 miles back from the funeral to their house. They're sad. The mom is sad. The dad is sad. They're barely talking. Through the days go by, weeks go by. They're not really talking to each other. They talk here and there, but things are just gloomy and sad. So one night they're laying in bed, and then the mom is like, the monkey paw. She just wakes up straight up, just pops straight up, the monkey paw, the monkey paw. So the husband like, what are you shouting about? What are you talking about? She's like, the monkey paw. Go get it. We didn't even think about it. We only made one wish. You get 3 wishes. We only made one. Like, go get the monkey paw, like, and wish our son back. And so the husband's like, oh, whoa, you tripping. And she's like, no, she's mad. You go get that monkey paw. And he's like, no, you're not hearing yourself, babe. She's like, go get the monkey paw. And so he gets scared and a little shaky. He's like, look, I couldn't barely recognize him when we buried him. I couldn't recognize him. How are you going to recognize him if he was to come back from the dead? So she's like, you think I'll be scared of my own son? Go get the monkey paw and wish our son back. So the husband's scared, and he's like, crap. So he goes, lights a candle, because this was back in the 1800s or 1900, early 1900s. He lights a candle. He goes downstairs. He's like, oh my gosh, he don't want to. So he goes to find the monkey paw. He's reaching around on the mantle and everything. His light goes out. He drops the monkey paw. So his light goes out as he grabs the monkey paw, because he finds it, right? So, and he had this weird, creepy feeling came over him. He just had a creepy feeling for, wishing his son back to life, or thinking of what could happen. So he got scared, and he's like trembling in there. So now he can't find his way out. He's turned around in his head. So he starts feeling along the wall to find his way out. So when he gets out the doorway into the other room, his wife is already there, and it was even saying that the feel of her was even different. Like, her aura was different. It was just different. Like, and she's like, wish, make the wish. She's like on him, like, make the wish now. And so he makes the wish for the monkey paw. He grabs the monkey paw. He makes the wish for his son alive again. He's like, I wish my son alive again. So then they sit in the living room or sit in the house, and they're waiting for, the wife is staring out the window, just looking down the road. She's waiting for her son. She's waiting for him to just come walking up any second. She's looking. Nobody comes. Nothing happens. Nothing. So the old man, when he's seen her start losing hope and getting sad, he goes upstairs and prepare for bed, and he gets in bed. Shortly after that, his wife comes up to bed with him. She lays in the bed and she's sad. She's upset. So sometime after that, just a little shortly after that, they hear a knock at the door. The wife pops up, and she's like, oh my God, I forgot the place is 2 miles away. It's 2 miles away. That's Herbert. So she hops out of bed and running. But the husband, when he popped up and from hearing the 3 knocks, he's like, or hearing the knocks on the door, he's like, oh snap. Like, oh man, somebody really knocking at the door, So he didn't get out the bed. So the wife, she's bolting down the steps, and the wife, she's bolting towards the door. The husband grabs her, and he's like, no, and she's like, let me go. And she's screaming, Herbert. She's screaming for his name. Herbert, I'm coming, Herbert. And the husband like, no, like, don't go down there. Like, you don't know what's down there. And she's like, let me go. You think I'm afraid of my son? Let me go. So somehow she rips away from him. She go down the stairs and she gets to the door, and the husband's at the top of the steps with lighting his match or his candle, standing there shaking at the top of the steps, you know. The wife, he hears the door open, but she can't get it open because there's a chain on the door. So she's screaming from the bottom of the steps like, come help me, to her husband. Come help me. I can't reach the chain. Come help me. Come help me now. And she's like steady, like trying to get the door open for Herbert. But the husband, he doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to come help. He's freaking out, and he's trying his hardest to find this monkey paw that he dropped, because apparently he likes to drop the monkey paw. He likes to drop it. So he's like, before she get the door open, I have to find his paw. So he's like trying to find his paw, and she's screaming, come and help me open this door. So soon as she gets the chain off herself, he finds the monkey paw at the exact same time. So soon as she's got the chain on and she gets to opening the door, he makes the wish on the monkey paw. He wished his son not to be alive, obviously, you know. So he wished him not to be alive. And soon as she gets the door all the way open, she like gives out a blood curdling scream, and she starts like screaming. So the husband, now he has courage from hearing her scream to come downstairs, obviously, because he know what wish he just made, like that she don't know he just made. So he comes running down the steps because he obviously know why she's screaming. So he comes running to her aid to console her, and she has the door wide open, and it's nothing there. It's completely empty because her husband made the wish, you know. So, but that is the end of the story, Monkey Paws. Okay, you guys? And then that story had me like, it's a short story I read. You can actually find that online. Just type in Monkey Paws by just type in Monkey Paws by W.W. Jacobs. You can read it for yourself for more details if you like. But that story tripped me out, you guys. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? From the guy telling him about the monkey paws, and I was like, monkey paws, to shoot, the son, to them opening the door, to the son getting smashed by the machine, to them opening the door and the son not being there, or the mom opening the door, the son not being there, making the third wish. You know, like, okay, you guys, the moral of this story to me is, well, I'm sure it's pretty obvious. Be careful what you wish for. Definitely be careful what you wish for. Because it will come. It can come in ways it can come with severe consequences, you know, like, definitely. So be sure to I don't know. I don't even know, because it's like, if I had a monkey paw or something that gave me 3 wishes, would I try it? Would you guys try it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Would you guys try it? If you had a monkey paw or an object where you make 3 wishes and have whatever you want, or the wish come true, would you take the wishes, or would you take that chance of not knowing what consequences it would cause down the line, or chain of consequences it would cause, possibly not only yourself, but to your family members or those you love and care about? So if you had a chance to have the monkey paws, would you guys have taken that chance? Let me know in the comment section below, okay? And let me know as well, what did you get out of this story? What did this story mean to you? Let's chat it up. Let's do this, you guys. Once again, this was Monkey Paw. Do not forget to subscribe, you guys. Let's see what stories are coming up next, because we got plenty more for you guys coming up. All right. See you guys next time. I'm your girl, Lovely Vibes. All right. Remember to meditate on good vibes. Feed yourself nothing but good vibes. Love, peace. Feed yourself just goodness, okay? All right, let's spread love. And remember, you guys, love, peace, and vibes. I'm out.